Soul Talk with me, Irene, where we talk candidly about the truth of how we're supposed to realize this life. We all get to a stage where we start evolving from what we had thought. We are just here, a limited version of knowing who we are. So I was not going to record this, but I've since realized when you learn to flow from present moment now and inspiration, you have to stay tuned. It's like when you find your favorite radio station, you lock it in and rip the knob off. And that's what it means to become aware of your authentic place of flow, which is presence. I'll be explaining this as we have these soul talks, that we all start from the awareness that we're limited and that we're finite. And so we lock into the lower frequency of our vibration of being. When I'll be sharing here in Soul Talk, we'll use a lot of tangible things we can relate with, because I've since realized life is awareness of being, vibration of frequency, and however you are vibrating to bring it to become a manifestation for you. So this morning when I woke up, what actually welled up from inspiration, because I come to that place of knowingness, I've since realized I love to pick up into learning, and what I learn I immediately put into present moment as practice. Not even practice, it's taking inspired action. So I've since realized I have a writing streak, and I love to tell stories, not just stories of past, but what I'm experiencing tangibly. So I woke up this morning and two things came up. The two affirmations that two nations have so far said they live by as its citizens. Number one was America, the United States of America, which is in God we trust, and the country I come from, well, for now, called Uganda, where our affirmation as citizens of Uganda is for God and my country. But the revelation that I got was those two affirmations from those two nations are very powerful if only the collective who are experiencing their timeless, limitless experience here as a human being really knew the vibrational prayer of that affirmation. I'll start with Uganda. In God we trust, for God and my country. Those are the two nations I'll be talking about. If the citizens of those two nations really know how powerful as a collective that affirmation is. Uganda, we say, for God and my country, meaning first your God consciousness, then your state of awareness, then it will manifest in the experience of the country. Long story short, Uganda is really gifted by nature. We are a gifted people, but also by our true essence, we are loving people. We are hospitable. But because we've forgotten the essence of who we were, and I believe whoever came up with the national anthem and the affirmation that for God and my country, that was a divine revelation. And we've since started singing a national anthem without feeling connection. It's just, but there is power in it. Just imagine if all of us citizens in Uganda would wake up every morning aware that we first put our God consciousness in all our being, then it will flow into our doing. Then we will actually fulfill Winston Churchill's statement that Uganda is indeed gifted by nature, the pearl of Africa. A pearl is first covered and pressed and burned. But I think this is the time for us now to really understand the vibrational frequency of our nation's affirmation. So when we say in God and trust, it's not about the religion. It's not about what you have thought it is. It's about the God consciousness each citizen in this space of experiencing itself should have every given moment when they wake up. So if we're to live by that affirmation, we would not first see our color, race, political parties, religious affirmations, academics, all those things just cover the affirmation in God. God being the God consciousness, life force, God energy consciousness, now embodied in a human being, male or female, that is expressing itself in a boundary called Uganda. We will not even need policies and rulers setting timelines and guides. We would show up fully in the consciousness that you and I are one. So let's go to the United States of America, which I'm beginning to believe it was actually a cold nation where people of different colors, different understandings, but only one would be in common. In God we trust. If every individual who's expressing and experiencing their physical habitation in that boundary we call the United States, imagine United States of America, states which are different but they're united. If they were to walk in the true consciousness that each one of them is God individualized here as unconditioned life, timeless, infinite, divine wisdom that does not judge, that doesn't divide, but uniquely shows up in unconditioned love to experience itself and co-create with another, that then would fulfill the affirmation they give as a nation, in God we trust. Meaning, however diverse we are in culture or in skin color or age or whatever we call academic accolades. We start from the consciousness that we're divinity expressing ourselves in that role. So imagine, today I just want to leave imagine because it's the most powerful portal of our God presence to create. If we only took some time and became silent and actually absorbed and embodied those nations' affirmations, I believe would start seeing other nations crumbling, falling to become as one. Crumbling meaning not falling apart, but crumbling away from this false narrative that we're divided, that we need to compete, that we need to fight, we need to compare. Mm-mm. These two nations, Uganda and America, would fully manifest and represent unity in diversity, in love, unconditioned, infinite love, external expression of the divine infinite intelligence that is wise in all its knowing, being, and doing. So that's why I thought I would just share this, because when I turn off the tap, then I'll be going back into that understanding that I'm here for night. And so showing up in Soul Talks every day, like I said, weekly, I'll be sharing what I have been inspired to understand, revealed to me. Not that I've got it from a textbook, I've got it from the inner infinite knowingness of me, which you also are. If only you shut up for a moment, tell the ego to go to sleep and be present. So those are one of the things I practice ever since I discovered I was more than my body, more than my thoughts, more than my age, more than my color, more than what I had experienced so far. I even stopped celebrating birthdays because I was counting that I'm finite. Rather, I acknowledge unveiling moments of truth that get revealed to me tangibly. Those are what I celebrate as new birth of knowing who I am, that I'm timeless existence. And I'm enjoying the flow. So I almost did not record this as like, it's the end of the day. But the inner presence of always being present now, I kept coming back and new revelation would come. So those are things we'll be sharing in Soul Talk so that we learn to realign with our true sense of being. I'm sure some of you who are listening right now have never been told that consciousness is what gives this formation. We're going to talk about the truth of our being. And not just talk, but let you to tangibly experience it. The things that I share now don't come from my mentalization, academics, things I've read. They well up from inspiration because I make myself available in the now moment. What I have since realized in some biblical scripture meant pray without ceasing. It wasn't going all night, barabara, shatarababa. No, pray without ceasing is to consciously be present and aware that you are, I am, I'm from the present newness, moment to moment. Now, and I've since realized that prayer is not when we're asking for things. Prayer is when we're being aware that we are the conscious creator awareness that makes things take shape, reality, according to what our sense of being, our unique divine presence, desired from timeless existence to come here and self-realize to itself so that it knows that I am actually timeless creation that creates from power, love, wisdom, compassion, and desire to expand in the power of conscious creating. So just think about it. In God we trust, for good and my country. Revamp or revelation message is, if all of you who hold those nationalities are to wake up and do whatever you do, the roles, the parts that you act in society from the consciousness that you are God, you're limitless, and that all of us are God, because you love God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and love another like you love yourself. You will only show up as that conscious, timeless, loving being to do good for you and do another because they are you. So that is the revelation knowledge I wanted to share that came up in my moments of waking up, and all throughout the day I wanted to dodge sharing this, but it kept expanding. So that's what we'll be sharing in Soul Talk. How do I become aware of this timeless existence to have the human experience from a higher consciousness of being? Like I said, everything that you express and experience here as you and circumstances is the result of your state of being, who you're aware of being, and it becomes your awareness of beings, where you take your actions, which become habits, which become the force and venue or station of who you're being in your doing. Soul Talk on Boma One Radio. We're here to talk candidly so that the conversations that we have bring about a tangible transformation for you to take action from the alignment of the authentic you. So all the talk here is about authenticity of being, so as to authentically experience as the divine, limitless, timeless being, having a human experience to reveal to itself that it is indeed timeless.